Hello students, today we will discuss some of the passage questions related to the hyperbola. That means one paragraph is given to you, the corresponding questions are given in the below, we have to answer them. So to solve the paragraph questions, we have more concept on the chapter, then only we can do the answers. So let us try to do the problems. Okay, these are related to the advanced. This is the paragraph. Read thoroughly. The vertices of triangle ABC lies on a rectangular hyperbola such that the orthocenter of triangle is 3, 2, and asymptotes of the rectangular hyperbola are parallel to the coordinate axis. The two perpendicular tangents of the hyperbola intersect at the point 1, 1. Then the first question is, the equation of the asymptotes is what? This is the paragraph. So once if you have more concept about this topic, then only we can crack this type of the problems. Read thoroughly the paragraph once again. The vertices of a triangle ABC lies on a rectangular hyperbola such that the orthocenter of the triangle is 3, 2. And moreover, given that the asymptotes of the rectangular hyperbola are parallel to the coordinate axis. So angle between the coordinate axis is 90 degrees. So the asymptotes may be taken in this manner, and this is the rectangular hyperbola. These are not coordinate axis. Coordinate axis may be like that. Your axis of your coordinate axis are like that. These are the asymptotes which are parallel to your coordinate axis. That's all. Now, what is 3, 2? 3, 2 is orthocenter of the triangle formed by the 3 points on the hyperbola. We know that in your rectangular hyperbola, the orthocenter of the triangle formed by any 3 points lies again on your rectangular hyperbola. So 3, 2 is point on the rectangular hyperbola. That is one of the information from that one. Asymptotes are always parallel to the coordinate axis in this problem. So you may take x minus h into y minus k is equal to 0 is the combined equation of the asymptotes of the hyperbola. Now h comma k is the center of the hyperbola. Am I correct or not? Now the two perpendicular tangents to the hyperbola intersect at that point. What is the locus of point of intersection of perpendicular tangents to the hyperbola? That is nothing but the director circle. So what is the director circle of the rectangular hyperbola with center at h comma k? X minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equals to a square minus b square. For a rectangular hyperbola a equal to b, that is equals to 0. So x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square equal to 0 is the point circle. That means what is your center of the hyperbola? X minus h, this is satisfied by the only point h comma k. So x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square equal to 0 only when x is equal to h, y equal to k. What they are given to you? The two perpendicular tangents of the hyperbola intersect at that point 1, 1 means indirectly they are given to you h comma k. So h comma k is equals to what? 1, 1. That is the thing. So 1, 1 is one and only the point on the locus. That is the locus of point of intersection of perpendicular tangents to the rectangular hyperbola. That is nothing but the center of the hyperbola here, 1, 1. So your h comma k is 1, 1. We mean x minus 1 into y minus 1 equal to 0. This is the combined equation of the asymptotes of the hyperbola. See the internal links. Observe each and every one. X minus 1 into y minus 1 equal to 0. This is the combined equation of the asymptotes of hyperbola. We know that the combined equation of asymptotes of hyperbola and the equation of hyperbola are only differ by what? Constant. So the hyperbola equation may be taken as x minus 1 into y minus 1 plus some lambda is equals to 0. Moreover, your point 3 comma 2 is on what? Hyperbola. Indirectly that is given to you. The orthocenter of the triangle formed by 3 points lies on the hyperbola, means the orthocenter itself lies on your hyperbola. 3 comma 2 is the point on the hyperbola. You just substitute here 3 minus 1 into y 2 minus 1 plus lambda is equals to 0. That is 2. 2 ones are 2. 2 plus lambda equal to 0. Your lambda is equals to minus 2. So just to substitute lambda equal to minus 2 in the above equation, we have this is x into y, xy minus x minus y, this is plus 1 minus 2, minus 1 equal to 0. So we have xy is equals to xy minus 1 equal to x plus y. Xy minus 1 is equals to x plus y is the equation of the, what is that? The equation of the asymptotes, just they are asking in this question. In this question the asymptotes are x minus 1 into y minus 1, that is equal to xy minus x minus y plus 1 equal to 0. So xy plus 1 is equals to x plus y. Xy plus 1 is equals to x plus y is your answer. This is the equation of the hyperbola. So xy minus x minus y equal to 0 is the equation of hyperbola. Asymptotes equation is xy plus 1 plus x plus y is equals to x plus y. Okay, now the next question is what? This is the equation of hyperbola. If the next question is equation of hyperbola, this is your answer. Xy minus x minus y is equal to 1. So the vertices of the triangle ABC, same story. This is that the equation of the rectangular hyperbola is what? That is the question. So what is the equation? Earlier already we done that one. What is that equation? This is that xy minus x minus y minus 1. Xy minus x minus y minus 1 equal to 0 is the equation of the hyperbola. So this can be written as xy is equals to x plus y plus 1. Xy equal to x plus y plus 1. That is the equation of the hyperbola. So once if you crack one of the problem, immediately the other problems are automatically obtained. So xy is equal to x plus y plus 1 is the equation of hyperbola, and asymptotes are what? Xy is equal to x plus y plus 1. Okay. You have the asymptotes and hyperbola. The combined equation of the asymptotes of hyperbola and equation of hyperbola are only differ by constant. This is the thing. So xy is equal to x plus y plus 1 is the equation of your hyperbola. What is that next question? This is the same paragraph. The number of real tangents that can be drawn from the point 1 comma 1 to the rectangular hyperbola is what? 1 comma 1 is your center of the hyperbola. Clearly you know that. This is the rectangular hyperbola. 1 comma 1 is your center. This is outside to the hyperbola. Immediately you can draw two tangents drawn from that point to the hyperbola. So this is one of the tangent and this is with another tangent. There exist two tangents drawn from that point to the hyperbola. So the number of tangents is 2. Understand? If your point is outside, then number of tangents is 2. S11 must and should be less than 0 for that one. Okay. Now, your point is inside of the hyperbola, number of tangents is 0. Your point is on the hyperbola, the number of tangents is only 1. With that help of concept, we can crack this one, as the number of tangents drawn from the point, that is the center here, is 2. The center of the hyperbola is always outside to the hyperbola. Understand? So the number of tangents is 2. So in this paragraph they are asking the equation of the asymptotes of hyperbola and the equation of hyperbola and the number of tangents drawn from the center to the hyperbola. So in this question you have to observe that one point is indirectly given on your hyperbola, that is in the sense of orthocenter. So if you take any triangle on the rectangular hyperbola, its orthocenter immediately lies on the hyperbola. That is one thing you have to know. And another thing is the combined equation of asymptotes of hyperbola and equation of hyperbola are differ by constant. That is the second thing you have to know. And third one is the locus of point of intersection of perpendicular tangents to the conic is director circle. For this rectangular hyperbola, only one point will be there because A is equals to B. That is x square plus y square equal to 0 for standard form of your rectangular hyperbola x square minus y square equal to a square. If you have any center, that center only satisfies the director circle. Here the director circle is the point itself, that is the center of the hyperbola. That is the another concept you have to learn. So once if you know all these things in your mind, then only you can crack this type of the paragraph questions. Okay. We will move for the next paragraph. This is the paragraph. Read thoroughly. A point P is moving such that sum of the slopes of the normals drawn from it to the hyperbola xy is equal to 16 is equal to sum of ordinates of the feet of the normals. Then the locus of P is a curve C. Then what is the equation of C? This is the question. Read once again. A point P moves such that sum of the slopes of the normals drawn from it to the hyperbola xy is equals to 16. So your hyperbola is a rectangular hyperbola, xy is equals to 16, that is xy equal to c square form. How many normals can you draw from the given point to the hyperbola in generally? 4 normals. This is your rectangular hyperbola. Some point is there, P. You are going to find out the locus of this point P x1 by 1. From that point generally at most 4 normals can be drawn. Suppose these are the normals drawn to the hyperbola. At these points of intersections, this tangent make angle 90 degrees. It is rough diagram to you. This is 90 degrees. This is also 90 degrees. 4 normals. You have to find out the slopes of the 4 normals. All of you know that the slope of normal at T is what? T square. Right? Now, what is the condition here? Sum of the drawn from the hyperbola xy equal to 16 is equal to the sum of the ordinates of the feet of the normals. Then locus of P you have to find out. First of all, we find the equation of normal at T to the hyperbola. What are the parametric equations? Any point on the hyperbola xy equal to c square is of the form ct comma c by t. Your c is what? 4. xy is equals to c square. C is 4. Finally, we can substitute that C. No problem. Ct comma c by t is any point on that hyperbola. What is the slope? Differentiate this one. Xy dash plus y is equals to 0. Y dash is equal to minus y by x. That is equals to minus c by t by ct. So minus 1 by t square is the slope of the tangent. Slope of normal is what? Slope of normal is equals to t square. You have the slope of normal and point. You can write the general equation of the normal to the hyperbola xy equal to c square. So y minus c by t is equals to t square times of x minus ct. So ty minus c is equals to t cube x minus ct power 4. This is the thing. So ty minus c is equals to t square into t cube x. This is t cube again t power 4 into c. So c t power 4. If it is passing through our point x1 comma y1, what happened? Ty 1 minus c is equals to t cube x1 minus c t power 4. This is any normal to the hyperbola. If that normal passing through our point, we get some required conditions of our given conditions. So ct power 4 minus x1t cube, again you have plus y1t minus c, this is equals to 0. This is the 4th degree equation in T. It has 4 roots, say t1, t2, t3, t4. You have corresponding 4 feet of the normals. Their corresponding normal slopes are t1 square, t2 square, t3 square. Understand? From this equation, you can find sum of the roots, product of the roots, sum of the 2 roots taken at a time, sum of the 3 roots taken at a time. You can catch all these things from this equation itself. Now, let us go for the condition. So, what is the given condition, my dears? The given condition is sum of the slopes of normals is equals to what? Equal to sum of the ordinate. So, sum of the slopes of normals means what? T1 square plus T2 square plus T3 square, T1 square plus T2 square plus T3 square plus T4 square is equals to sum of the ordinates of the feet of the normals. What is ordinate of the form? C by T. That means C by T1 plus C by T2 plus C by T3 plus C by T4. This is the condition. From this condition, by using the sum of the roots, product of the roots taken at 2 at a time, 3 at a time, and product of the roots from this equation, you have to eliminate T1, T2, T3, T4, we get the required locus. That is the logic behind the problem. Now this can be written as T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4 whole square minus 2 times of T1, T2 plus T2, T3 plus T3, T4 is equal to C times of, this is nothing but sigma T1, T2, T3 by T1, T2, T3, T4. Am I correct or not? So by taking LCM, here you have T2, T3, T4, here you have T1, T3, T4 like that. So I am writing sigma T1, T2, T3. That means sum of the roots taken 3 at a time. You can catch the value from here itself. So what is T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4? Sum of the roots, that is equals to x1 by c. x1 by c whole square minus 2 times of product of the roots taken 2 at a time. T square coefficient is 0. You have 0. 2 times of 0, that is equals to c times of product of the roots taken 3 at a time. That is minus y1 by c. Minus y1 by c by product of the roots, that is equals to minus 1. Since you have minus c by c, that is minus 1. Now c gets cancelled, minus minus also gets cancelled. You have x1 square by c square is equals to y1. What is our c square? xy equal to c square is our hyperbola, that is equals to 16. So implies you have the condition x1 square is equal to 16y1. Therefore your locus is x square is equals to 16y. This is your required locus. It is a parabola. So to crack this one, you have to know the general equation of normal, and you are in a position to write the sum of the slopes, product of the slopes, etc., etc. And also you have to equate the given condition. So once if you have all these things in your mind, then only you can crack the locus. So what is final locus? The locus of x1 y1 is what? X square is equal to 16y. X square equal to 16y is the locus of the point. That means if it is your point, one of the point on your locus, 4 normals are drawn from that point to the rectangular hyperbola. You have the 4 feet of the normals. Given that sum of the ordinates of the 4 feet of the normals is equal to sum of the slopes of the normals drawn from that point to the same hyperbola. So sum of the slopes of the normals is nothing but sigma ti square, that is equals to sigma c by ti. This is the condition. From that condition you have to crack in this manner by using the general equation of the normal, by substituting the point x1 comma y1 in the normal equation. Understand? This is the thing here. So finally we got, this is the locus, x square is equals to 16y. Okay. Now a point, same story, a point P moving in there such that sum of the slopes of the normals drawn from the point on the hyperbola xy equal to 16 is equal to sum of the ordinates of the feet of the normals. The locus of P is a curve C. This is the entire story in the previous paragraph. This is the paragraph continuation. Here, what is the next question related to the same paragraph? The tangent to the curve C. Already we obtained the curve C. What is the equation of that curve? X square is equals to 16y. I think so. So what is that? X square is equals to 16y. So the curve C is x square is equals to 16y we obtain. This is the curve. If the tangent to the curve at C cuts the coordinate axis at A and B, then the locus of midpoint of AB is what? The locus of midpoint of AB is what? X square equal to 16y is your locus. From that locus they are creating another locus. This is x square is equal to 16y. What they are asking? A tangent to the curve C cuts the coordinate axis at A and B. Suppose this is my point P on the locus. If you draw the tangent at that point, it meets the coordinate axis at A and B. This is A, this is B. You have to find out the locus of midpoint of AB. That is the thing. Suppose M is x1 comma y1, which is midpoint of AB. So we are going to do for the another locus for the locus. Already we obtained the locus is x square equal to 16y. Next question is created through this locus. So one curve is obtained. This is my locus C, that is x square equal to 16y, and one point is moving on my curve C again, such a way that the tangent at P intersects the coordinate axis at A and B. We have to find out the locus of midpoint of AB. Because this is the variable point which is moving on this curve, then the AB value is automatically changed by the position of the tangent will be changed. So you have to find out the locus of midpoint of AB here. For that, let M x1 comma y1 be the midpoint. All of you know that if x1 comma y1 is the midpoint of the chord intersected by the coordinate axis, then immediately its equation is known that x by x1 plus y by y1 is equals to 2. Am I correct? So if you take intercept from x by a plus y by b equal to 1, its midpoint is x1 y1, equate their intercepts to the x1 comma y1, you get this equation. So the equation of chord whose midpoint is x1 y1, which is intersected by the coordinate axis, is the well-known formula, that is x by x1 plus y by y1 is equals to 2. Now this fellow is tangent to our parabola xy equal to 16y. The locus is xy is x square is equals to 16y. So you can apply the condition. So you write the equation in the form y equal to mx plus c, y by y1 is equals to minus x by x1 plus 2, or y is equal to minus y1 by x1 into x plus 2y1. So y is equal to mx plus c is tangent to x square is equal to 4ay. The condition is c is equal to minus am square. C is equals to minus am square. Here c means the constant. C means here the constant. C, that is 2y1 is equal to minus a times x square is equal to 16y. A is 4. 4 times of m square, that is slope square. Y1 square by x1 square. So y1 gets cancelled, 2 cancel out 2 times. So x square plus 2y is equal to 0 is your required locus. X square plus 2y is equals to 0. Where is the answer? X square plus 2y equal to 0 is the answer. So see the internal questions. See the concepts, how they are involving one from another. Okay, you have to observe that one. X square plus 2y equal to 0 is the locus of the point which moves on the another locus, that is already we obtained C, such that the portion of tangent intersected by the coordinate axis where M is the midpoint of the portion AB. You have to find out the locus of M here. So we obtain the locus is x square plus 2y is equals to 0. So first locus is x square equal to 16y. From that we create another locus x square plus 2y equal to 0. This is also another parabola. Okay. See the next question for the same paragraph. The area of the equilateral triangle inscribed in the curve C having one vertex as the vertex of the curve C. Already we obtained the curve C. X square is equals to 16y. I think so your curve equation. See here. This is the C. curve C. X square is equals to 16y. So x square is equal to 16y is the equation of curve C. What is the next question? Area of the equilateral triangle inscribed in the curve C, having one vertex as the vertex of the curve C. That is x square is equal to 16y is like that. This is x square is equals to 16y curve. This is the vertex of the parabola. These are the 2 points, another 2 vertices. This is equilateral triangle which is inscribed in the parabola. So if it is 60 degrees, half of the angle is 30 degrees. All of you know the formula for the length of the side, which makes an angle theta with axis of the parabola 4a cosecant theta cot theta. This is the length of the side. Length of the side is equal to 4a cosecant theta cot theta. So 4 into a is what? 4 cosecant 30 cot 30. That is equal to 16. What is cosecant 30 degrees? 2. Cot 30 degrees is root 3. That is equals to 30 to root 3. Once if you have the length of the side, you can write the area of the triangle. Therefore, area of the triangle delta is equals to root 3 by 4 a square. That is root 3 by 4 times of 32 into 32 into 3. Root 3 by 4 a square is there. That is 3. 8 times cancel out. That is equal to root 3 times of 24 into 32. 4 to 8. 8 should be in the end of the answer. So, one and only the option there, 768 root 3. So, otherwise you have to multiply 24, 32 is nothing but 768. It is a simple matter. 768 root 3 square units. This is the answer. So, these are all internal linked questions. So, in this problem, after getting the locus, just they are preparing the another question, like we are going to find out the area of the triangle which is inscribed in the parabola, whose one of the vertex is the vertex of the parabola. So, in this question, both hyperbola and ellipse are internal questions in this paragraph. So, you have to comment on all the concepts related to the all conics in this concepts. So, once if you know all these concepts, you can thoroughly do this problem. So, finally, in this problem, they are mentioned the concepts related to the normals. So, in this concept, you have to know 4 normals can be drawn from the given point to the hyperbola maximum, and their feet of the normals conditions, and that means the slope of the normals. Slope of normal to xy equal to c square is t square. And once if you know the t square concepts and also the ordinates, what are the ordinates? C by t1, C by t2, C by t3, C by t4, and also you are on a command to write the s1, s2, s3, s4 values for the 4th degree equation. By forming the 4th degree equation, just substitute x1, y1 in the general equation of the normal, that is at t. So once if you know all those things, you can write the locus of C first of all. After getting the locus, the concept converted into the parabola topic. So you have to know the parabola concepts also. From that parabola, what is that question? Locus of the midpoint of portion of the tangent intercepted by the coordinate axis they are asking. So once if you know the line equation, it intersects the coordinate axis whose midpoint is x1, y1, you are in a position to write its equation immediately by the formula x by x1 plus y by y1 is equals to 2. Once if you know that formula, you can also apply the condition that the tangency to the xy is equals to c square. X square is equal to 16y. That is your parabola. Suppose if you are not in a position to write the condition, you just substitute the tangent equation in that x square is equal to 16y and make the discriminant to 0. So once if you have the formulas thoroughly about these all concepts, your problem is a simplified way. Otherwise, you have to prove each and every one. Suppose some line is tangent to the second degree curve, you have to substitute the line equation in the curve and make that discriminant to 0. That gives a lot of process. Once if you have the c is equal to minus am square, then the process will be reduced. So suppose if it is not possible to write the conditions, some curves have, you don't know the conditions. At that time you make that discriminant to 0. So maximum number of formulas you have to learn, maximum number of bookworks you have to learn. Understand? Then only you can do the problems very speedily. After that they are creating another question for this locus. They are asking the area of the triangle which is inscribed in the parabola. That is, one of the vertex is the vertex of your parabola and other two vertices are like this. This is the triangle you have to find out. Here also you have to know these formulas. So once if you have the angle made by the line with axis, that is theta, the length of the side is 4a cosecant theta cot theta. And just you substitute this formula, you get the length of the side. And you can write the area of triangle by the formula root 3 by 4 a square. If you don't know about this formula, you have to take the parametric point and apply tan 30 degrees like that. You can calculate the length of the side. Once if you have the formula, no need to do all those things. Understand? So to save the time, you have to learn more concepts and more formulae. Okay, then only you can do these problems in time. So this is the another paragraph. Let us try to do one more paragraph. This is the question. A hyperbola, the portion of tangent intersected between the asymptotes bisected at the point of contact. That is the thing. That is the condition is given to you. What is the condition? You read once again up to here and remember this one in your mind. What is that? A hyperbola is there. A hyperbola, the portion of tangent intersected between the asymptotes bisected at the point of contact. If you take any hyperbola, in this case, in this problem, in this paragraph, if you take the hyperbola, you take any point on that hyperbola, if you draw the tangent at that point to the hyperbola, that intersects the asymptotes. So suppose P and Q are the points of intersections of the tangents intersected by the asymptote with the tangent, then the midpoint itself the point of contact. The midpoint itself the point of contact. That is the thing in this question. We know that in your rectangular hyperbola, the asymptotes are coordinate axis, that is for xy is equal to c square. That is the situation only happening in that case. So here also specially they are given that condition. Next, let us go for that one. Consider a hyperbola whose center is at origin. So your hyperbola has the center at origin. That is the one more information for you. A line, read thoroughly, a line x plus y is equal to 2 touches the hyperbola at 1 comma 1. That means what? If you write a tangent at x1 comma y1, that is 1 comma 1 to your hyperbola, that equation is x plus y is equals to 2. Suppose this line meets the asymptotes of your rectangle, asymptotes of your hyperbola, then their point of intersections midpoint is what? 1 comma 1. That is from that above information. Next, read thoroughly. 1 comma 1 and intersects the asymptotes at A and B. So your line x plus y is equals to 2 intersects the asymptotes at A and B. So midpoint of AB is indirectly given to you. That is 1 comma 1. Okay. Next, such that AB is equals to 6 root 2 units. Then the equation of asymptotes are what? That is the first question related to this one. So from that information, this is the hyperbola. Your center of the hyperbola is origin. I agree with that. This is your origin. This is entire rough diagram to you. Next, x plus y is equal to 2 touches your hyperbola at 1 comma 1. Suppose this is the tangent at 1 comma 1. This is the point 1 comma 1. This is the tangent to the hyperbola. Okay, this is at 1 comma 1. Now, this is the point which is midpoint of the what they are asking, what they are given. See here, in the hyperbola, the portion of tangent intercepted between the asymptotes bisected by the point of contact 1 comma 1. So these are the asymptotes. This is the one of the asymptote. I write the asymptotes. Asymptotes are always passing through center of the hyperbola. These are the asymptotes. If you produce my tangent, they intersect the asymptote at this point. This is the one of the point of intersection. This is the point of intersection with one of the asymptote. Another point of intersection is like that. So what are they? A and B. This is say A, this is say B, this is midpoint. That is the concept they are given to you. So the tangent at 1, 1 to the hyperbola intersects your asymptotes at A, B such that your point of contact is midpoint from the total information you have to gather. And moreover, they are given that AB is equals to 6 root 2. That means the distance from here to here is what? 3 root 2. And the distance from here to here is also 3 root 2. Moreover, the equation of the line is given to you. What is that equation? X plus y equal to 2. Now, your target is you have to find out the equations of asymptotes. You have to find out the equations of the asymptotes. These lines you have to find out in this question. See the question, how much of the depth is involved in this question. See here, you have to observe each and every one. Now, my dears, this is the asymptote, this is the another asymptote, you have to find out. My dears, all of you know that this is the one of the point on my asymptote. You just find one point on my asymptote, your job is over. Once if you have 2 points on the line, you can easily find the equations of the asymptotes, my dears. So, can I crack the coordinates of A and B from that information? Yes, you can easily crack that one. This is the line, this is the point 1, 1, and this is at a distance 3 root 2, which is the point B, and another point A is there. This is also at 3 root 2 distance, and moreover the equation is x plus y is equals to 2. The entire thing is rough diagram, my dears. Listen carefully. What is the slope of this line? That is minus 1. That means this line makes an angle 135 degrees with the positive direction of x-axis. You know the angle, you know the point, you know the distances. Can you go for the parametric equations of straight lines or not? By using the parametric equations of straight lines itself, you can catch the coordinates of A and B. What is the formula? x1 plus or minus r cos theta, y1 plus or minus r sin theta. Here x1, y1 is what? 1 plus or minus r. R is 3 root 2. And cos theta is cos 135 degrees. This is the slope. Cos 135 degrees is equals to what? Minus 1 by root 2. Again you have 1 plus or minus 3 root 2 times of this is 1 by root 2. Sin 135 degrees is 1 by root 2. Root 2, root 2, root 2, root 2 gets cancelled. Here you have 1 minus r plus 3, comma, 1 plus r minus 3 is there. So, for the first point of intersection is minus 2, comma 4, and second point of intersection is 4, comma minus 2. These are the 2 points. Minus 2, comma 4 is 1 point, 4, comma minus 2 is the another point. You may take this one as A and this one as B. So, minus 2, 4, 4, 2 are the points of intersections of tangents with asymptotes. So, we have two another points on the two asymptotes respectively. 0, 0 is the common point on the both asymptotes. So, can you write the equations of the combined equation of the asymptotes or not? You can easily write that one. So, 0, 0 is the one of the point, and minus 2, comma 4 is the one point on the asymptote. The other point on the another asymptote is what? 4, comma minus 2. So, slope of the first asymptote is what? 4 minus 0 by minus 2 minus 0. That is minus 2. Here minus 2 minus 0 by 4 minus 2. That is minus 1 by 2. So, slopes of the asymptotes are minus 2, comma minus 1 by 2. Minus 2, comma minus 1 by 2. I erase everything. So, slopes of the asymptotes are minus 2, comma minus 1 by 2, and 0, 0 is common point. So, with the help of this information, you can write the both asymptotes like that. So y is equals to 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2x is one asymptote, y is equals to minus 2x is the another asymptote. Implies 2y plus x equal to 0 is one asymptote, 2x plus y equal to 0 is the another asymptote. Its combined equation is 2x plus y into x plus 2y is equals to 0. So this is 2x square plus 2y square plus 4xy plus xy, that is 5xy equal to 0. 2x square plus 2y square plus 5xy equal to 0. This is the way to find out the combined equation of the asymptotes by reading all these things. So in your mind you have to remember that the midpoint of the portion intersected by the asymptotes with tangent is nothing but the point of contact. That is the first thing you have to identify, and one more thing you have to apply here, that is the parametric concept of the straight lines. Once if you know these two things in your mind, you can easily crack this one paragraph. And moreover, the angle subtended by AB at the center of the hyperbola is what? So we have the coordinates A is equals to minus 2 comma 4 and B is equals to 2 comma 4, minus 2 comma 4, 4 comma minus 2, 4 comma minus 2 I think so. We have the slopes, already we have the slopes, that is minus 2 comma minus 1 by 2. Once if you know the slope of OA and OB, you can write the angle between them. The angle subtended at origin by the chord AB. So tan theta is equals to m1 minus m2, minus 2 plus minus 1 by 2 by m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 m2, that is 1. It is nothing but modulus of minus 4 plus 1 by 2 by 2, that is 4, that is nothing but 3 by 4. So tan theta is equals to 3 by 4. Tan theta is equals to 3 by 4, we mean if it is theta, this is 3, 4, 5, sin theta is equals to 3 by 5, implies theta is equals to sin inverse of 3 by 5. So sin inverse of 3 by 5 is your answer. It is very easy for you. After getting the first question, the corresponding next, second, third questions are very easy for you. So theta is equals to sin inverse 3 by 5. And the next question is the equation of tangent to the hyperbola at minus 1 comma 7 by 2. How to obtain that one? Once if you know the combined equation of asymptotes, you can easily write the hyperbola equation. The combined equation of asymptotes of hyperbola and equation of hyperbola are only differ by the concept. With the help of that concept, you can write the hyperbola equation. Once if you have the hyperbola equation, you write the tangent at that point by using S1 is equals to 0. So how to write that one? Touches at that point 1 comma 1 is there. This is 1 comma 1 is point on my hyperbola. So your combined equation of asymptotes is what? 5xy plus 2x square plus 2y square equal to 0. So your hyperbola equation is of the form 2x square plus 2y square plus 5xy plus some lambda is equals to 0. So the combined equation and hyperbola equation are only differ by constant. This lambda is obtained by just substitute the point 1 comma 1 here itself. After getting h is equals to 0, write s1 is equals to 0, we get the equation of tangent at that point. For xy, what is s1? Half of xy1 plus yx1. So with the help of this concept, you can easily crack that one. At that time, we get the equation of tangent at that point to the curve. So in this manner, you have know all the concepts in your mind, then only you can crack this type of the paragraph questions. Okay, thank you very much.